the places where progression is aren't too evil.
My personal favorite troll location is Showcase Showdown.
That is quite a location.
Like Ossie's rocking a Toho sprite. I can't tell which character. It's Marissa, I think. Now there are 2 items in logic when we start down in Retro Brinstar, but heading to Link to the Past is a lot faster and generally more efficient. So all of our runners are indeed doing that.
There are a lot more items immediately available by doing that. And we got a heart container on the Lake Hylia Island, so we probably won't be seeing anyone grab that when they have the necessary item.
I saw Crystal 6 at Desert Palace and Crystal 2 at Eastern. I did not see Hera.
We didn't see either. We got a few.
I got 3 players making the play up to the moat. Oh, I'm sorry, I talked over you.
We got 3 of our players checking the Uncle area, and Cross is starting with Houlihan.
And it looks like Uncle gave up the ice beam. That's a good early find.
It really is.
Now, the Houlihan room trick is what happens when you desync yourself from the screen so that the game doesn't know where to send you when you enter a transition. So it dumps you here instead of crashing.
It's common to see that early in Combo Rando because with all the extra items in the pool, you aren't quite as likely to find rupees in the early item checks. And bombs from that tree is good.
It's very nice. Looks like Ossie's going to go ahead and take those right into the castle dungeon. Now, back over to Super Metroid for a sec. That ice beam is really nice because since it's already been found, once we get to the Super Metroid Endgame, we don't need to rely on drop log and power bombs to beat Metroids. Maniacal finding some full magic decanters from another tier 3 pull. Didn't see what Cross saw at race game.
And Maniacal with the check of the lumberjack item. Oh, that's a sword. Hopefully that will not be the first one.
Yeah, most likely we're not going to need that. Actually, I don't see how. There's no way that could be the first one because you have to slash a curtain in the Castle Tower to get to add 1.
Yeah, that is a thing.
Simo gets a mail upgrade out of the Thieves hideout. That's nice.
And we got some supers in the forest. And Cross getting bombs from the lower left hut in the village.
Ossie has 3 bombs left, but I think he's almost to the end of the dungeon. Alright, Simo into Blind's basement. There's 5 items here.
Oh, we have a bow.
Alright. I believe that there's no combination of crystals and pendants that can make bow not required, so that's very nice.
It's always good to find that early. And not have to worry about where it might be.
Definitely. Yeah, just as a note, the randomizer was forked off of Link to the Past version 29 Rando, so the bow and the silvers are not progressive, at least not yet.
And the bottle vendor has a life lesson for us.
Miami and Zeruvian also pointed out in chat that the bow is logically required for the Ganon's Tower climb, so... Backing up a sec, I believe Professor Renderer said he thinks he saw a vanilla book. That's what, in the library? If it was there, I didn't see the library check.
Yeah, I didn't see what was in there either. Yep, there is the mail upgrade in the... well, that Asi just got.
All right, Cross Product gave us another map check, and and Tower of Hera is the blue pen. Looks like the chicken hut was an arrow capacity upgrade. Tavern is a pack of power bombs. Right, Simo heading over here, so yeah, now we'll see what's in the library.
And that is a vanilla book.
Alrighty, will be interesting to see if that gate keeps anything, because if it does, that means we're also looking for the Pegasus boots.
Yeah. And we have bombs at the maze game, so village and forest checks. The only major thing those yielded was the bow. And we got now...
Maniacal's making the play over to the Eastern Palace area. There's 3 items to Hoshiral's basement, closet, plus the green pendant location if he wants to ask about it.
Turtle Rock!
Ooh, that's a particularly painful location. Burst shield into Hoshiral's closet, but nothing else. So I think the next stop is... we don't have any... we have the bow for a weapon. We can clear Eastern, but without the lamp, it's not in logic.
There are still plenty of item locations in there that are, though.
Right, and if memory serves, there are 3 prizes in there total.
And Maniacal heads in there. Looks like that is where Simo is going also. And Cross Product should be there soon.
Not sure what Ossie's doing. Prize number 1 is just some missiles. Ossie actually plays the race game and grabs the bombs, and considering we don't have any other weapons right now, I don't blame him for that. Definitely a little bit of a time loss, though.
Yeah, no, Maniacal finds the map in the second chest, so still 2 items out there.
Simo's following in Maniacal's footsteps as Cross is just getting in.
And Ossie's headed towards the eastern area also.
I'm surprised we didn't have anybody do the South Shore for the Mini Moldorm and the dam.
Yeah, I was thinking we would see that at least once so far. And our next chest has the big key in it. So, well,
And I believe the big chest is just up in the next room, or no, 2 rooms over.
yeah, it's nice to have the big key be along the way to it. Not
That's
all
just
it
the
hasn't.
compass. I think this is as far as we can go in logic without the lamp.
It is, and oh, but the dark rooms here aren't really aren't hard. So
Now, runners will just need to keep track of what they've done in and out of logic just to make sure that they don't lose the sequence. Okay, so with Maniacal doing these out of logic checks, where else? Okay, we have Mini Moldorm, the Dam, Agahnim Cave, and Ice Rod Cave. I think and then we also have the 2 items in Retro Brinstar and Super Metroid. Can you think of anywhere else we might have more progression?
no, those are the. Yeah, I can't think of others right at the moment. Well, there's always there's always Blue Brinstar.
That's what I meant when I said Retro Brinstar.
Oh, right. All right, so now we have Michael is going to go onward to towards Armos through the dark room here.
And from what, if I've been counting correctly, Armos does have the last item.
Yes, Armos will have the final item here.
This is a crystal, so there's no reason not. So the play absolutely makes sense, even out of logic. So Maniacal backtracks to the fairy pot, which he was about to die. So it's like Simo doing the same thing, being very careful to only collect one of them, so he can backtrack and do it again if necessary.
And
Is there an
Maniacal,
enemy with a key in this room? Is that what Simo's doing?
I believe so. Maniacal is now through that room and into the light areas leading up to Armos.
Looks like Simo is going to abandon this line of inquiry and go do something else. Spawns at Link's house. Looks like Cross Product is through the dark room too. Aussie is doing dark rooms. I think Aussie's in the first set.
And Maniacal is the first to reach Armos. So a few arrows later, we'll be seeing what this last item here is.
It's 3 arrows apiece, if I recall correctly, but if you don't kill the last one quickly enough, his health will be set.
And that last item is a blue rupee. Oh, that is
So
the...
nothing doing for progression.
Yep, that's still...
Simo is over. Simo tossing grenades at the mini Moldorms for 5 items here. Let's see what we got.
That's a hammer! Always a nice thing to have. And space jump and a flute. Very loaded mini Moldorm cave.
That is amazing. I think if I'm Simo, I absolutely go right to Kakariko and turn the flute on. Or possibly just finish up South Shore first. Zeruvian pointing out, with that space jump, we can now find progression at Alpha Power Bombs in Super Metroid. If I can get someone in chat to link the Google Doc that has the list of tricks that can be expected on the hard logic, that would be great. Okay, flooded item is just a buck.
And we have Asi taking out Armos as well, so now we have 2 Lures with a crystal.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen anybody go for either Agina or the Ice Rock Cave. Total space music. You would also need high jump boots for Ice Beam to put Alpha PBs in logic.
And Maniacal about to get that huge trove of items behind those mini Moldorms.
Might have me saying you don't need high jump boots with Ice Beam to put Alpha Peeps in logic. That's my mistake.
And it looks like Maniacal will be heading to Ice Rad Cave, so we'll get to see another item location.
Simo is heading. I think Simo is going to do the dungeon. I don't think he did that earlier. Zephyros, yeah. The last time I commentated a race, Aussie won by about 36 minutes. So. Ice Rod Cave is an energy tank. That's the first one we've seen, I think. And Captain MD13 has stepped in to help track. Thank you, Captain. Already crossover into the desert area. Desert Ledge is just a missile tank. Desert itself is currently off limits because we don't have the hook yet to open it up. Fortunately, we know that either it will be very likely that the boots will come up at some point because since otherwise, never mind. I'm kind of little off kilter right now.
And we have supers in Agina's cave.
Simo progressing very quickly through the dungeon thanks to that hammer dealing tempered sword damage. Crossrodic gonna get his Ice Rod Cave check in. And I believe all 4 of our reach remoters have now activated the flute. So we're gonna see a lot of fast travel. Alright, Seymour's the first one to head to the Death Mountain area. He's gonna do dark rooms to rescue Gary the old man. Did we see what the bottle vendor had?
The bottle vendor had a red rupee.
Oof. Looks like Simo, Cross, and Maniacal are all doing the Death Mountain Dark Rooms. And most likely... Okay, Asi doing desert area. Simo's the first one out, which makes sense. He was the first one in. Trying not to get dead rocked. Gets 10 arrows for his trouble. We have access to one item in Spectacle Rock. We can see the one on top of Spectacle Rock 2. And we can also head to the Norfair Business Center through the cross-game portal right by where Maniacal just passed.
I wonder if we'll be seeing that after these Spectacle Rock checks.
They're already in this area. I would be very surprised if... Ooh, there's our flippers. as I was saying, they're already in this area. I would be surprised if they don't at least dip in, because the check of the energy tank item is literally right there. It's about a 30-second check.
And you can also see what is a crack escape.
Okay, now I believe the flippers adds the Hobo and King Zora. Hobo, Waterfall of Wishing, King Zora, Zora Ledge. I don't think anyone has... Cross has Zora money, but no one else does.
Yeah, it looks like Simo's setting up Houlihan.
Now, when you're doing that particular Houlihan setup, how can you tell when you've gotten it right?
Well, you end up in the right spot if you fall off 4 times coming out of that cave.
Okay, it specifically fall off 4 times. Okay, I thought it was just a visual cue. It might be saying, yes, there is a visual cue. Camera scrolls down an extra pixel. Okay.
Now, Simo will go back and get those flippers. And Maniacal's going to start flipper checks. Well, the other ones.
I think he just came from the hobo, but I didn't see what he found there.
I think that may have been 10 arrows.
Might have been confirmed. 10 arrows. Ooh, there's our morph ball and the magic powder. And with the hammer, that's access to Magic's bat and a lot of Super Metroid. Maniacal playing Duck Dodgers as he's heading up towards Zora. Lift upgrade at the ledge. Ooh, stacked Zora's domain. And chat pointing out that the Houlihan setup in that area is actually different when you have the flippers, so it absolutely makes sense that that Simo did that before he picked them up.
Maniacal is going to pick up those gloves. And that's going to open up a good number of things. That does leave Zora behind. I don't think we've seen what Zora has yet.
We haven't. Cross hasn't been there yet, and he's the only one with enough money.
And Asi is about to be very happy with what's in this area.
Nigel taking that hammer and powder, he's going to check the magic bat real early. I'm not 100% sure, but I think this is the earliest I've personally ever seen magic bat checked.
Well, when the items to get to it show up this quickly, it makes sense. And we have missiles.
Also worth noting with our current items, with hammer and glove, we are just a moon pearl away from Dark World access. Asi's heading down to grab his gloves. Cross is into Zora's domain, and Cross and Simo both have enough rupees for King Zora, so we'll see if Asi and Maniacal orphaning that check is gonna bite them or not. Maniacal gets a nope tank out of the room here. There's our lamp. So just like that, the Eastern play is back in logic, and a heart piece.
Monaco making that crap escape check. Oh, and there's a sword.
Not already. Hell runs are a part of hard logic that's running through heated rooms without the various suit, but we don't have enough energy to put them in logic yet.
And meanwhile, Zora had a life lesson.
Alright, Maniacal is heading up. There's a lot he can do. I say this a lot. Yeah, for those who may not be aware, Super Metroid Glitchless Low Percent is only 15 items, and of that, 9 or 10 are just ammo or health. Aussie into the back of the escape. There are 3 chests in here.
And Maniacal finding a bottle in a Kraid tank.
That puts Sick Kid in logic. And based on what I just saw Aussie get out of the back of the escape, I believe that means that the map is in Dark Cross, so it can be safely ignored. Alrighty, Monaco coming into our first Super Metroid boss, Kraid, has 1,000 health, and there's a quick kill you can get by quickly triple tapping him with super missiles and then 1 regular missile to finish him off. So we'll see if he gets it. Yeah, and he does. That's 1 for 4 on the Kraid quick kill.
Very nice. And we'll see what the prize for that is. A shield upgrade.
I believe the red shield is the ideal because it can block Medusa sped. And 2D Toho, just in case you're not trolling there, I believe that's Marisa Kirasame from the Toho series.
Aussie is now headed towards the ice cream area. Simo finds 20 rupees at Criteria Power Bombs.
And the shovel at Crumble Tower. Oh, Alice Margatroyd's the taller one, and then she's holding Marisa Kirasame as a doll. Yeah, I'm not really up on my Toho lore. I play the games very occasionally, but... Although, actually, Aussie has 2 energy tanks and a reserve tank. That does put the Hell Run to the Ice Beam in logic. Simo heading for Omega Missiles, which is the last item you get in a vanilla 100% item collection. And it's just super, so it's not bad. Monaco into the Spacer area. Cross Product heading up Shaft Supers. Monaco gets missiles from Spacer. Now, Cross Product can't get this item without the speed booster, but he can check what it is. It's just an energy tank. That's not going to be necessary. Aussie coming up the elevator into Blue Bryn. Monaco heading for Red Tower. And Simo is into Terminator. Terminator item is 20 rupees. From here, he can backdoor check the 2 items at the back of the Gauntlet. Gauntlet is in logic because we have power bombs and we have cannon fly to get up to the entrance. And there's another sword. I would be very surprised if Seymour doesn't head around and grab that. And I'm very surprised. Crossbody gets a heart piece out of the Bomb Chorizo room. He doesn't have to fight Bomb Chorizo because the trigger for that fight is actually having the bombs. Red Rupee in the X-ray scope room as Aussie's getting ready to fight Kraid. Simo heading into Green Brinstar. Might be saying Timo's probably going to do Bryn Loop, Red Tower, Gauntlet. That raw makes sense. We are now 2 for 4 on the Kraid quick kill as Aussie takes him down. Simo getting ready for a mock ball setup. He he gets it, that allows him to keep his running speed in ball form and rolls him under those gates that you would otherwise need Speed Booster to get past. There's another reserve tank. That's a French vanilla because normally you'd find it on the Chozo in that other room. There's a blue boomerang and an energy tank.
And Maniacal is providing our first look at Red Tower.
And Soul Devourer in chat pointing out that Alice Margaret's doll is named Shanghai, so that's my bad.
And we have various suited Alpha Power Bombs.
Oh my! Good pickup. So I guess Rip Hell runs. Simo into the Edikun area. There's some missiles. Some more power bombs. Now, the more power bombs we find, the safer we'll be until more ball bombs show up. Power bombs can run out, and you can soft lock yourself by not having enough.
And Beta Power Bombs being the hookshot.
And
Red Tower
Hammer, that gives, I believe with Hammer, that's full access to all of Death Mountain.
That's quite a top of Red Tower we have in this.
Edikun Power Bombs is a super missile pack.
And looks like Maniacal is going towards the wreck ship.
Red Rupee at the bottom at the mode item. Looks like Maniacal's having second thoughts. Cross product back into Hyrule Castle to do the dungeon. I guess he didn't do it earlier. Simo into Big Pink as it's called. That's a vanilla missile pack. You know, Simo has to be careful here in Mission Impossible. These side hoppers do 80 damage a hit with only the power suit. Okay, and he took 60 from the spikes there, so if he takes a hit, he's safe. For a heart piece. Looks like Maniacal is bypassing Gauntlet. I'm sure he has a plan in mind, but darn if I can figure out what it is. Reserve tank at the charge beam, Chozo. Cross taking damage to set up a death warp.
Simo's setting up for the Spore Spawn skip.
It's the first shot.
Very nice.
And the idea there is you position yourself so that the way the super missile accelerates, it breaks the block off screen before it can despawn.
And there's Asi's Varia suit.
Now I see Simo and Asi both have at least 30 super missiles. In a vacuum, that's enough to fight Ridley. We don't have nearly the equipment to get there, but we could kill him.
And Maniacal turning in that bottle for super missiles.
Looks like Simo's farming here. And as I say that, he finishes.
And Spore Spawn had the Spazer.
You know what? That's not a bad pickup at this point in the game. Spazer is better the earlier you find it.
It really is. And Maniacal making some use of that hook shot to go check out East Death Mountain. There are 7 items in this cave.
There are 7 here in Paradox Cave, and then Spiral Cave is an 8th, correct?
Yes.
Another bottle.
And we got Aussie in the ocean.
Captain MD pointing out that Hammer and Lamp puts Hera in logic. Bit late, but Maniacal found that plasma beam in the top of Paradox Cave, so that space area is now pointless. That it does, might it be, that it does. For anyone who might not be aware, arm pumping in Super Metroid functions by aiming your cannon with LMR while you're moving. It shifts you forward a pixel. You're not actually moving faster with the series of position changes, but over the course of a run, it does save time. Meantime, Aussie is coming to the Fantoon fight. He has 2,500 health. He can move in a fast, medium, or slow pattern before he opens his eye and becomes vulnerable. And once he becomes vulnerable, he can stay vulnerable for a long, medium, or short period of time before disappearing. Now, Aussie's going for Doppler strats here, which functions by moving toward Fantoon as you fire. It takes him 10 frames to close his eye after he's taken enough damage to disappear, and you can fire missiles every 10 frames. So by moving forward, you hit him more rapidly than that and stun lock his eye open. Zephyros, task arm pumping is 30 times a second. Game runs at 60 frames per second, and you have to have a gap frame between each pump.
Yeah, it looks like we have Maniacal setting up Harapot.
I believe Aussie just finished off Fantoon with a super missile. Now, they actually do double damage to him, but if a super missile doesn't kill him, it will enrage him, and he'll sit at the top of the screen and waste about 30 seconds.
And there's Maniacal now on the floor below the boss, thanks to Harapot now dropping down to get the chests that are in between. One of the 2 items was that missile pack.
Alrighty, cross product into the crate fight. We'll see if we go 3 for 4 on the crate quick kill. Cray being an absolute troll with the claw, and cross products taking him to the prom.
Yeah, Maniacal fighting Moldorm with the hammer. This is going to take 3 hits.
And because of the damage, and because of where Moldorm's health lands after each hit with the hammer, you'll avoid his enrage phase. An interesting note about the Bomb Torizo skip in Super Metroid. Because of the way timers and such are set in the PAL version, you have 42 50ths of a second to do it in that, as opposed to 42 60ths of a second on NTSC. That's enough of a difference to make it human viable on the PAL version.
And Aussie finds Gravity Suit at the wreck ship missile.
I call this one the Super Metroid Harmless Hellway, because you normally visit it before you kill Fantoon, and all the spikes are turned off.
Yeah, those falling spikes really pack a punch.
I believe those are 60 damage a hit with just the power suit.
That's more than that.
Looks like Monaco was trying to set up coffee rake tracks for the Hera basement and didn't get it, so he's just gotta dodge the tiles in that little area there.
And I see finding a heart at Wreckship E-Tank. A different kind of E-Tank.
Looks like he's gonna keep it.
I don't think I saw him save before this. I'm Maniacal now down in the basement to get the last chest containing the last item for Hera, that being a mail upgrade.
Alright, so we've got the red mail now, and Simo also took Craig to the prom, so that's 2 for 4 on Craig quick kills on the racetrack. Us into the attic area. Have to kill all the enemies in here to unlock the doors. And he's going to open the doors because once they've been unlocked and you open them, they will stay open. They'll just be regular blue doors when you come back. Maniacal heading to Resident Sleeper Cave since he doesn't have the Pegasus boots. And a 9-person raiding party from Krauser 318. Thank you. This is the Super Metroid Link to the Past double randomizer race, hard logic. And Aussie 101 just found the screw attack at the attic item.
That's an interesting sprite.
I like it. And Mind of Me is absolutely right, but that is absolutely Super Metroid Go mode.
And we have another.
There's another sword upgrade at the Red Ship Reserve.
I think we've now seen all 4 of those.
Okay, let me think. We saw one at Lumberjack, one there, one at Croc Escape. I can't remember where the 4th one was.
Perhaps
might have
I
been saying
only
just
remember 3 of
3.
them.
Maniacal hits Crumble Tower and unfortunately falls to the bottom. Ooh, he's having trouble. Now, the timing for the space jump is a little it's different. There is actual timing you have to do it with in Super Metroid, as opposed to Fusion or Zero Mission, where it's just pretty much anytime you're moving downward in the air and spinning, you can do it. All right, Aussie at the bowling Chozo. He's got about a 30-second break here. Catch his breath, take a drink, and wait for the Chozo to take him where he needs to go. All right, Game Xlayer saying yes, the back of Gauntlet was the last sword.
Yeah, I thought that, but wasn't sure because I thought that at least one of them would have gotten it so far if it was there.
Yeah, nobody has gone through Gauntlet yet. Monaco gets a very clean short mock ball to roll back out of the Ice Beam gate room. And is now heading to... There's our Moon Pearl at the gravity suit item. Absolutely loaded wrecked ship.
It looks like we have Simo with our first trip through Gauntlet.
Now, Simo's got to be careful here. That lava is 80 damage per second with just the power suit. All right, he's through. So what do we have for the middle of Gauntlet? More pole bombs. That's absolutely welcome, if only for safety against soft locking. Criteria power bombs for Aussie is just a red rupee. Maniacal uses projectile acceleration in a different way here to open that gate from the wrong side and head down to the Crocomire area, which you'd normally need speed booster. But that gate clip trick is expected on the hard logic. Or rather, it can be.
Looks
Timo
like
sets up to fall down the middle of this shaft so he can get both items if he wants. And he's just going to leave the heart piece.
Looks like Maniacal was thinking about paying a visit to our good friend Crocomire, but decided, oh, well, looks like he'll be going back to do that.
Not sure what changed his mind. I'm sure there was a plan, but darned if I can see. Oh, he's gonna save. Okay, yeah, he's gonna save here, and if Croc doesn't pay off, he's just gonna reset and save the backtrack time.
That's a good plan. That also can more easily lead into the rest of Upper Norfair.
And Captain MD saying that Simo missed the Varia and the hookshot at Alpha and Beta power bombs, which is very unfortunate.
Oh my. And now we got Maniacal facing Crocomire. Getting some ammo squarely into Crocomire's mouth.
Crocomire doesn't actually take damage the way other bosses do. Each shot backs him up a certain amount, and the idea is, as right here, back him into the lava. Crocomire energy tank is just that missile pack you saw there.
Now we've got Simo clearing out Eastern Palace.
Yeah, we don't have a lot of knowledge about Link to the Past right now. The most we know from that we might not need. I know we might not need Ice Rod because Turtle Rock is the green pendant, but you never know what Sahasrahla might be holding in exchange for that, and we don't know what's on pedestal. Two, we also don't know what the other than Turtle Rock, we don't know what the pendant crystal layout of the Dark World is. Nobody's been there yet. Asimo back in Eastern Palace with the lamp, that makes it absolutely a breeze. Maniacal gets the super missile clip for that green gate there, which in this case is mandatory because he does not have. I believe it's mandatory because he doesn't have speed booster.
Well, space jump would work too.
That's right. There is room to roll under the debris. There is room to roll under the debris, isn't there?
There is. And let's see what that item after. And we have a piece of heart at the missile that Maniacal is going to leave behind. And that just leaves cosine room for the Crocomire area.
Just in case you weren't aware, that missile is called Indiana Jones.
And we have a very nicely executed Armos fight from Simo.
No, nothing doing any Crocomire. Maniacal's going to reset to his save point to save the backtrack time. And Maniacal is not exiting Norfair. He's going to do... I think Maniacal's going to do a lava dive to get to lower Norfair. Or no, maybe he's just recharging. Yeah, he's just recharging. Oh, he detoured before... He detoured at Bubble Mountain. He didn't finish that. Now he's going to go do that.
There are a lot of items here, so there could be some really good ones. And we got Asi with the Wave Gate. Finding a shield upgrade there. Not going to take it, because the third one is not worth it.
It does give us logical access to Laser Bridge, but so does the Cape and the Cane of Burner. Nigel heading for the Wreck Ship Reserve area. Norfair Reserve area, blah, I can't talk. And the single arrow plus an energy tank.
And there's Asi's Cane of Burner in Green Hill Zone. Nigel is going to cross over to the Speed Booster area, get the 2 locations here and the 2 wave-related locations immediately after.
I see into Retro Bryn, there's Alpha Missiles, Beta Missiles, and Billy Mays here, and then there's the old Torian Escape Shaft that I don't think has been checked. No, the shaft was checked, although the Brain Room was not.
I thought we saw that and there wasn't anything useful there, but, well, we also don't see anything useful in the Speed Booster area.
Yeah, I remember Cross checked the shaft. If he checked Old Mother Brain at the same time, I didn't see it. Retro Bryn Ceiling is 100 rupees. Beta Missiles is a heart piece. And we're Aussie heading up for Billy Mays. A missile tank. And another missile tank, completely vanilla. Pre-wave beam is 50 rupees. Wave beam itself is just missiles. Simo was going to have to fight Gold Chorizo because, as I said, the trigger for that is having the Morphle bombs, but he just reset out of there.
And Cross Product has moved in search of the second item in Hera, but is going to have to go down to the basement for that item.
Alrighty, Maniacal on his way back out of Norfair. Aussie checks over the Brain Room. Simo gets the Moonfall strat, which happens by moonwalking off the ledge in this particular way. It causes you to fall with uncapped vertical speed. Okay, so Old Mother Brain was just an arrow capacity upgrade. Cross Product putting the hammer down on those tiles. And Maniacal is heading back to Link to the Past. Simo's into his Retro Bryn checks. Cross is finishing up the tiles. Aussie coming out of Omega Missiles. Cross gets his red mail out of the Hero basement. I'm sure he's happy with that. Nigel gonna get his Master Sword out of the back of Gauntlet. So tell me, Chad, is there any what needs to there's no way we need Agile 1 for Dark World access, right? Since we have Hammer, Merle, and Glove.
Right.
As Zeruvian also confirming that Lumberjack Sword is dead.
And Simo picking up the vanilla Billy Mays. Maniacal about to get the sword at the back of Gauntlet. And Asi is about to go into the Dark World, and, well, we'll be seeing what has what.
Alrighty, wide eyes for a map check. He's right by...
So, Skullwoods for the other pendant. I don't remember what the red crystals were.
I saw the other red crystal at Swamp. The other one is at Desert, I believe.
And we've got the Hype Cave check. We'll see whether it lives up to its name. Not so far.
Not at all.
And not at all.
Alrighty, so with what we now know about the pendant crystal layout, Mire is mandatory because Swamp is a crystal. Cave of Samaria is mandatory because Misery Mire is a crystal. Fire Rod or Bombos are mandatory because Ice Palace is a crystal. Any other logic catches you can think of, Stump?
I think you got them. Yeah, we got Asi headed to Palace of Darkness.
Alright, Might sums it up. Titansmiths, Mire, Fire Rod or Bombos, Red Cane, and then whatever medallion is required for Mire. Not a long list, but there's a lot of places where it can be. Techno Megas with absolutely the most trolly list he could possibly have. Actually, you know, Techno Megas, we don't need Ice Rod because Turtle Rock is the green pendant. So unless that leads to something, Ice Rod is dead. And Captain MD again pointed out that based on the layout, the only thing we could find on pad are the Mire medallions and the Mire.
Asi now through the mimic room on the right side of Pod. Simo mid Phantom Fight. Cross-finding that missile at Wave. And Maniacal starting to clear out Big Pink. And Just Keys on the right side of Pod. As Simo finishes the Phantoon fight and can start clearing out the wrecked ship, Asi's going to go down to the vanilla Big Key location. There's still a good number of items left in Pod. Let's hope we see some progression in movement. And cross on the way to Crocomire.
Now, unfortunately for Cross, we know that Crocomire's not going to pay off, or maybe he's just heading this way to get the sword.
And maniacal getting the wave gate trick that requires firing a super missile while jumping. Without high jump, it's somewhat tricky to line that up.
It's the same basic idea as the other tricks. Fire it in such a way that it passes through the wall because of the way it accelerates.
Now see with that hammer jump.
Have we seen anything in pod yet?
I don't believe so.
Now there were a lot of small key chests in pod, but I believe there's a total of 5 or 6 prizes.
I believe 5, but we have pretty much until this room we had only really seen keys and dungeon items so far.
Captain MD says 5 items. Thank you. Simo checks the wreck ship reserve and resets back to a convenient save. Again, that just saves him. Ooh, there's our high jump boots in the basement of pod. Now, I call high jump boots the best item you don't think about because you don't realize just how much they add to your mobility until you play the game without them. Stump and Chad, are there any items like that in Link to the Past that you can think of? Stuff that's you don't think about it until you don't have it?
I'm not really sure what I would say about that.
Captain MD saying invincibility items. Might it be saying the mirror?
Oh, yeah, Mire is a good choice.
Sephiroth, the Moon Pearl is at the gravity suit in Rexham.
All the routing possibilities that mirror opens.
And
don't really think too much about them until you don't have them.
A good friend of mine, Regaro, from the Link to the Past randomizer community, has said that swords are like that for him because you normally get them so early in the middle of the sequence.
Yeah, there are the times when the swords sort of flip that around and you end up with butter within 10 minutes, but a troll seed in many ways otherwise. That happened to me a few months ago once. And we got Aussie in the Helmet Star fight.
That's
getting those hammer hits in.
Sorry.
Yep, 17 hammer hits are needed to break that helmet, and a few more hits take out the head once the helmet's broken off. And a missile will be the, well, smaller prize for that. That crystal.
Yeah, Simo into the post-wreck ship area. Top of the sky was missiles. Middle of the sky maze was power bombs.
Chat mentioning the net for the item you don't really think about. Well, I will say I always think about it when I find myself needing to fight Agahnim.
And Cross Product is indeed going for the lava dive. He's gonna take this up in. Ooh, dropped it. Oh yeah, and then he took a Nahim fireball, and that was that.
And Maniacal digging up a blue rupee with that shovel.
Game Max player, that is absolutely possible at this point.
And looks like we've got a pyramid ledge check incoming. And there's a heart there. Lassie is not going to get it.
Is Maniacal making an Aga play, or has he just not done the... Has he just not done the dungeon? I guess he just hasn't done the dungeon. Yeah, he hasn't.
Yeah.
It's okay, mind the beat. False alarm.
We've got Cross Product trying to get through the lava again. Meanwhile, Asi is checking catfish. And Cross Product makes it through the lava, saving before going down into lower Norfair. Asi only ended up with a missile from Catfish.
A Cross Product has access to Showcase Showdown, so I'm curious to see whether or not he goes for it, or if he goes around the other way. He's going the other way.
Young Cross going for that green gate glitch to get to the exit of the GT room.
Takes 10 shots, not bad.
And there's Varia suit for Simo.
Haladoc. Showcase Showdown is the missile pack above Gold Torizo.
And Cross Product is going to see what is in GT's room.
Power Bomb, Showcase Showdown, and South Phase and an energy tank, so nothing doing there. Showcase Showdown is guarded by what I call the Picky Chozo. Ooh, there's half met. Oh, Asi looks like Asi's back during Meridia. Finds half magic and precious missiles. Anyway, the Picky Chozo will not drain the lava for you to progress through the vanilla sequence to get to Gold Torizo unless you have the space jump. Reason being that in vanilla Super Metroid, there's no sprite for having the space screw attack without also having space jump.
I never actually realized that might be why they did that.
To be fair, I don't know that for sure, but it absolutely is the only thing that makes sense.
We got Cross Product going through the pillar room. Asi mid Draygon fight.
Sets up for grapple kill and gets it. Conducts electricity through the broken turret into Draygon with the grapple beam.
Yep. There's one nicely fried shrimp.
You can also microwave him, but we don't have the components for that. Draygon just hiding a pack of missiles. The microwave shroud takes the plasma beam, the charge beam, and the X-ray scope. To sum it up in 5 seconds, it's the Yellow Devil pause trick from Mega Man.
It looks like Maniacal is going to get Zora's item. Unfortunately, we already know that item is a life lesson.
Alrighty, Aussie is backdooring into the bulk of Meridia. The post Baboon energy tank is a red rupee today. Aussie coming into the aqueduct. Oh, the items here that you would normally use Speed Booster to get to can be accessed by using one of the snails over here to clip through the floor. That's what Aussie's setting up for. And that is another trick that can be expected on Hard Logic. There's our other lift upgrade. And some super missiles.
Wow.
And Zephyros called it. Aussie got Titan soon.
I don't think I've seen snail clip done on that side of the wall.
I saw it for the first time recently, like within this year.
Ooh, I missed what the item of shame was. And in left sand pit, we have supers and an E-tank.
Okay, Aussie has Ice Beam and Grapple, I believe. No, he has Grapple and Space Jump, so Shaq Tool is in logic for him.
And cross products through the metal pirate room and 2 door transitions away from Ridley.
It looks like Aussie is not going to check the other sand pit, and he's not going to check Shaq Tool, at least not yet. He's probably going to loop around and do the rest of Meridia first.
Oh.
Yeah, he's coming into this room to do a gate clip instead of breaking the glass tube that you pass through in the little Brinstar connecting area.
And there's Maniacal's gravity suit.
Yeah, Cross Products is farming up for Ridley since there's no ammo. There's no ammo drops in Ridley's fight, so you have to go in with either Charge Beam or enough ammo to take him out. Ridley has 18,000 health. He takes double damage from super missiles, which is 600 total, normally 300. So for every super missile he misses, substitute 6 regular missiles. Power bombs also do 200 damage, and they can hit him twice. All right, Aussie into the Mama Turtle room. There's our speed booster that unlocks the waterway item in Brinstar. That's an easy one to last location. Gets a pack of power bombs out of the side of Mama Turtle. That's just gravy right now.
And cross product finishes farming and is going to start the Ridley fight.
Aussie flying upward with the space jump because for some reason when you're underwater you don't have to start descending before you can just spam space jump and keep flying upward. What did Aussie see at Meridia Main Street and Crab Supers? I missed it.
I missed it too. We got only missiles for the first item at beach.
Knuckle finishes off Fantoon. Aussie coming to the watering hole for 2 more items. Oh, Cross Product finishes off Ridley just in time. Ooh, there's our ice rod at the watering hole. We may not need it, but if we do, it will be very nice to not have to hunt for it.
And Maniacal now can start clearing out the wreck ship.
He'll get his Moon Pearl out of this check sequence.
And Assie's made it back around the aqueduct, so now we'll be seeing what's in the right sandpit.
2 more items here, and then if he goes to Shaq Tool, that's 1 more item, but it's a very long check, so I would be surprised if he doesn't do it while he's here. Oh, there's our Pegasus boots in the right sandpit. and the other green ruby.
Oh, that's both speed items in Meridia. And
Yeah,
we are going to be seeing a Shaq Tool check.
I absolutely agree with this check. Shaq Tool is only locked by gravity and grapple, really. So, gravity, grapple, high jump, or space jump. So it really could be almost anything. Unfortunately, we have to wait for Shaq Tool there to dig his way through a bunch of sand. This is a good minute or so, I think. I remember that race I mentioned a while ago where Aussie won by 36 minutes. He found the Mire here.
Always bet on Shaq Tool. Well, we'll see whether that remains true in this race. There's the end of the sand.
And well, Shaq Tool didn't pay off this time. I believe that's actually our last bottle.
And Maniacal about to get screw attack for clearing out that attic.
Meantime, Simo's working his way through Pod.
And Aussie's gonna head for the exit of Meridia.
Where did everybody find Quake? I think I missed that.
I think that was at early supers.
Captain MD confirming that. Thank you.
And Cross in the lower Norfair escape, finding bombs at the very end. I missed what the 2 items before those were, though.
The missile tank before the Morph Ball maze is called the Hooded Ruby Special, and I'm not sure what the other one is called. Cross playing this very safe because he's only got Varia, so those red key hunters would do 100 damage to him. Aussie heading for Crumble Tower. Looks like he's going to take the. Looks like he's going to head to the Crocomire area by the vanilla game sequence. Now, this is how the game expects you to do it. Like if you're playing just Super Metroid on its own.
Make good use of that green boomerang.
Wait, what? Green boomerang?
The
Maniacal at the bowling chozo. Got that 30-second break I mentioned. Looks like Simo takes a death in Palace of Darkness. Oh, Speed Booster is a green boomerang. Okay, I get it now. Aussie trying for a Spark Suit glitch, which functions by initiating a Shine Spark at the same time as you damage boost backward. It lets you store a Shine Spark without actually having speed echoes. So most likely, if Ozzy had pulled that off, he would have used it. He would use it to either zip through here, or he'd use it on the way out to zip up the shaft. Now, going back to Tool Assistant for a second, that Spike's do shenanigans like that are one of the things that help push the Tool Assisted low percent from 14 to 13 amps, remove the need for the gravity suit.
Yeah, there are some crazy things involving Shine Spark suits that task does.
Oh yeah. Yeah, tasks have always fascinated me. I like watching real-time runs too, but I've always been more interested in the theory side of things. How close can you get to perfect?
Simo is now most of the way through the basement of Pod and about to fight Harmless.
All right, looks like Monocle's gonna get his dip into the dark world. Cross is in Retro Bryn. As you said, Seamless about to fight Helmasaur. And Aussie is heading up the shaft. Zephyros giving a shout out to Saturn, who is a very talented runner and tasser of Super Metroid. Haven't seen anything new from him in quite a while though.
And Maniacal starting the Dark World exploration with the Cave of Disappointment.
I believe the proper nomenclature is Gripe Cave, but I may be wrong. Zephyros, Saturn's task of redesign was completely insane. Yeah, I played redesign unassisted just once, and that was enough for me. It was fun, but I feel no need to go back to it. All right, looks like Simo is heading up into. Yeah, Simo looks like he's gonna go. He's heading into the dark world himself. We haven't seen a lot other than Pod, not so far anyway. Ozzy and Simo at exactly the same spot, just from different angles. And where's Ozzy gonna go?
Well, looks like Thieves Town.
And the fire rod at the chess game, nice. That is our access to Ice Palace.
One item closer to go mode.
Heading into Thieves Town, I believe there are.
I think it's 4 items.
So 4 prizes, and because of the dungeon layout, that big key has to be in the front 4 chests.
And there's Simo's fire rod.
Yeah, Simo following. Looks like Simo and Ozzy are gonna be in lockstep for a little bit. And maybe not. Looks like Simo's gonna clear out the outer checks before he goes for Thieves Town, if he does.
Missiles in the lower house. And there's the small key. Oh, and we have Ether and the C-shaped house.
Nice. So that's 2 medallions out of 3. So maybe we'll get lucky and we have. Oh,
I'm actually a little surprised that Cross didn't scope that out when he was near GT.
Right. Because anyone who doesn't know what the Gold Torito Energy Refill Room is a cross-game portal leading to the Mire area. Yeah, that would have made sense for him to do. He probably just didn't think about it because he was focused on Ridley. But yeah, we have Flute. Aussie at least has mitts, so we do have logical access to the Mire area to check it.
And a red rupee in the upstairs chest.
Might have been noting that Simo doesn't have a good weapon for blind other than Cane of Burner because he hasn't gotten any of the swords yet. To be fair, Cane of Burner is not a bad weapon for blind. Or I guess he does have a sword. Apparently, okay, must have been a tracker missed mark. It happens.
My favorite unusual way to fight blind is definitely the Cane of Samaria.
Full hard in the maiden cell. Aussie making sure to head over here to check the big chest. And arrows.
Just arrows.
Yeah, that's at least 3 prizes. I don't know if we've seen the last one.
Yeah, we got Cross starting to do the Brinstar loop.
Alrighty, we're a little slow right now, so let's give a shout out to our runners, Simo, Cross Product, Aussie 101, and Maniacal. As I mentioned earlier, we also have racing off-stream, Blendation, Acure, Iron Rusty, Metroid MST, and Neaterific. And meantime, shout out to you, Stump, and to our trackers, Might of Me and Captain MD13. All right, Aussie gets the map off of blind. And also, let's shout out Total, the madman behind the code logic that makes the randomizer work.
We couldn't have this awesome randomizer in these races without all of these people. And there's Aussie's Ether.
I've said a few times I don't run this myself, mostly because I have high functioning autism and I'm very prone to hyperfixations. So I have trouble getting myself to sit down and actually do one of these in one sitting. So I'm more or less happy just to talk about the action.
And we got Aussie doing some hammer dashes for hammer pegs. Always a fun way to open this up.
I don't remember if he's... I don't remember if he's done Magic Bat, but if he hasn't, then... he probably has then, since he saved and quit out of there. Oh no, he was in Dark World and we haven't seen the Mire yet. Oh my, Captain MD and Might of Me both confirming that they are on the spectrum as well. I don't feel so alone now.
And Aussie now in the Dark World in the Mire area, so we're about to see what the medallion is that we need.
The check was too quick. I didn't catch it.
I didn't catch it either. Only a piece of heart and some rupees in the shed.
Ossie's also if he wants to.
And
It's
ether.
All right, so all we're missing now for go mode is Cane of Samaria and the Mire.
Well, we got Simo in Skullwoods now, which we haven't seen before, so perhaps one of those will be there.
Skullwoods has 2 prizes. Meantime, Maniacal is finishing up the Harmless King fight.
And there's Cross with the Wavegate trick. And
Ossie's got himself in the... Go ahead.
Yeah, Ati spamming supers upwards into GT.
Had himself perfectly positioned so that Gold Torizo wouldn't hit him when he threw the super missiles back. Yeah, there's a very precise spot to do to put yourself in to make that fight easy. It can be done with charged plasma as well.
And Simo finding the big key and intentionally getting grabbed because that's faster than walking around to the front.
Ossie flies through fast pillars, and normally this room is called the worst room in the game simply because it lags like a jerk and it's just a pain in the butt to do effectively. But with space jump and screw attack, it's completely trivial. Oh, mind of me, I sympathize with that so much. That's in video games for me. I see it as a reflection on my competence.
Here we got Simo on the way through the back of Skullwoods. Getting that room cleared out to light the torches.
Not sure what Cross is doing. I know where he's in the room leading to the Brinstar missile refill, but I don't know. Is he maybe setting up for a crystal flash clip of some kind? I have no idea. Alrighty, I think whatever Cross Product's about to do, it's going to be something that I at least haven't seen. So, all eyes on Cross. Meanwhile, Simo is fighting Mothula, a very well-programmed boss.
And Mothula can be tricky to hit with the hammer.
As mentioned, Hammer does tempered sword level damage, but as you said, the hitbox is kind of tricky.
Crossfire definitely is going for that elevator crystal flash.
What is he trying to accomplish with that?
I
legitimately don't remember what the trick accomplishes.
It gets you a Shine Spark suit.
Okay, so
I'm not sure where he would be wanting to use it, but
okay.
That's what it does. And Simo around to the lower chest, trying to find that other item in Skullwoods.
Might be saying he most likely wanted to check Waterway. That's about the only thing I can think of that he would want to do. Ozzy is done with Ridley, and with that, he's beaten all 4 Super Metroid bosses. He can finish Super Metroid now if he wants to.
And Simo bomb jumping to the big chest. There's that other item. It's only a piece of heart.
Ozzy heading out of Lower Norfair. And just in case anybody is curious, as of right now, 95 minutes into the race, no one has finished, obviously, and no one has forfeited. We will make sure, if anybody does finish ahead of restream, we will let you know when our first restream runner finishes.
Cross product farming up those power bombs. And Maniacal heading into Thieves Town. See, almost at the end of Lower Norfair.
Okay, that item he just came from, that was the Hoarder Ruby special. I didn't see what it was. Okay, it looks like he finally got it.
Nice. That's this is actually a different trick than what he was trying to do on the elevator, but there's pretty much the same practical effect of it, though.
All right, well, that is Blue Suit, and that gets him Waterway. So if Waterway is progression, that could be a big advantage for Cross. Soul Devourer, yes. Mire and Kane away from Go mode.
One of the things about having a blue suit is you can't use the run button, so you may notice the Cross is moving a little bit slower than usual.
Might have me also pointing out that he could take that blue suit indirect ship and get the other sword with it. And Cross moving even more slowly than normal because he is in water and he doesn't have gravity suit because he hasn't been direct ship.
Timo now doing digging game. I don't think we've seen what is here yet. Oh, it's a mirror.
Oh, that's one of our 2 remaining items. And that was, I believe,
and
6 digs. Nice and fast.
Nice. And Cross is keeping the blue suit, so he is going to be checking something else that requires speed. With immediately having gotten Mirror, I would have. I was expecting a check of Cave 45.
Looks like Simo's going to take that and do. Yeah, he's going to do Swamp now.
And that mirror. Yeah, another one of its side uses, erasing those blocks in the dam. Always a convenient thing to be able to do.
Reminded me, high jump was in the pod basement, the split lane double chest room.
Looks like Cross is going to be using this blue suit to check Criteria Supers.
Cross checked Shaft Supers earlier. He knows it's nothing. Alright, Simo into Swamp Palace. 5 prizes here. Captain MD corrects me. 6 prizes. Aussie getting his Paradox Cave checks.
And Maniacal with his blind fight. And Cross bringing the blue suit over towards the wrecked ship.
Now, the only thing that makes sense is, yeah, he's keeping it for wrecked ship reserve and the sword that he actually doesn't know is there. Good evening, Semper Fire Dog. Good to see you.
And Simo finding a conveniently located big key at the chest just below the big chest in Swamp.
Big chesty just missiles, and it looks like Simo's going to skip left side. Alrighty, Simo's here. I believe I heard he's from the Legend of Zelda. He's from the Link to the Past side of things mostly. And I just realized that we don't have Cane of Samaria, so if there's another way to do Diver Down in here, I wasn't aware of it.
Yeah, properly lined up bomb will push you to a pixel where you can also do that. And there we are.
Very nice, very clean. Now, if I understand Divergon correctly, the idea is that you're putting yourself into a position where you can use a jump down a ledge transition instead of a jump into water transition. Is that about right?
Pretty much. And Hookshot Cave not really revealing anything for Aussie. And Cross about to start the Fantoon fight. Simo a couple rooms away from Argus.
Aussie doing Super Bunny Cave.
And there's the Cane of Samaria.
Alrighty, that is no mode. Or is that full go mode for Aussie? No, he needs the mirror.
And Simo needing to... Having only one sword upgrade, needs to charge a spin and then hookshot and let it go to get the puffs dealt with.
And speaking of sword upgrades, Aussie also needs at least one more sword for his go mode.
And Aussie begins Ice Palace. Well, Maniacal begins Swamp Palace.
And mind of me correcting me says that Aussie does have Master and just the tracker is not cooperating. Simo using Fire Rod Stress to finish off Argus, does very clean fight, gets the map for his trouble. And does Simo go back in here and find the Adams Team nest? Aussie finds the mushroom in Ice Palace.
1 out of 3 prizes. And Simo is going to go back in.
Yeah, I think at this point in the race, you leave no stone unturned.
Absolutely.
Now, we're not actually in go mode yet, but since we have no mode, I feel pretty comfortable saying that for more of our retream runners, Aussie is in the best position right now. Going for Icebreaker and gets it very quickly.
Very nice. And there's item number 2, a red rupee.
There's the map. I don't think we've seen the compass yet, so that's still floating around somewhere.
Yep, there's only one more actual item here. Simo raising that water. And Maniacal doing the diver down, the bomb diver down setup. I see finding the big key in Iced Tea Room.
Cross product is checking the wreck ship reserve, sees the heart piece, heart container, and yeah, in order to keep that blue suit, he's got to go back out the long way.
And there is that third item from Ice Palace.
Was that the silver arrows I just saw?
I think that was.
Right, so we will most likely have Master Sword Silver Ganon, which is not nearly as bad as Master Sword Silverless. You still need a spin to damage Ganon, but you don't have to do 24 of them to finish Phase 4.
And Asi starting to fight Cold Stare. We got Maniacal fighting Argus, having the Master Sword, so no need for those sword spin tricks.
Asi melts Cold Stare's shell with 8 fire rod shots, goes for grouping strats, keeps the puffs reasonably grouped for a reasonable amount of time, and finishes the fight very nicely.
Interesting
Captain MD,
chain damage boost from Cross.
Captain MD saying that Simo found Wave Beam and the cape in left side swamp. All right, so now the question is, how soon does Ozzy go for dig game? Got the flute spot, so he's going to go ahead and turn the mushroom in. That's not a bad play.
And that mushroom is going to turn into arrows. And Cross is now at the outside part of wreck ship cleanup. And Maniacal's headed towards the left side of swamp. And Asi's going to enter Misery Mire.
Right, once he's through, that'll be his 4th crystal. Actually, that's a vanilla medallion requirement, isn't it?
Yep, that it is. If we see the entrance to Turtle Rock, I wonder if that's going to be vanilla also.
Vanilla Turtle Rock is Quake, right?
Yes. Alright, Cross going through bowling with that blue suit. Asi about to reach the first chest in Misery Mire. And we got an immediate big key.
Grabs a small key out of the pot there. STE-234. This is a double randomizer.
And Ossie's just going to go onward to Vitreous. So cross. There's that sword.
Alrighty.
All three of the swords that are accessible without beating Agahnim.
Yeah,
And Cross did not use up the blue suit to do that, so there is more that he wants to do with it.
Honestly, at this point, I would be surprised if Cross doesn't keep the blue suit all the way until a cross game transition.
And Ossie now in the Vitreous fight. And with those silver arrows, those small eyes are going to go down very quick, and so will the large one.
The large eye actually one of very few enemies in the game that can take more than one silver arrow.
Yep. And we've got Maniacal entering the back door of Meridia. Going straight to that Draygon fight.
The STE, that's absolutely no problem. Not everybody knows everything, and every race is someone's first.
And there is that half magic that's at Precious Missiles.
Simo is fighting Crocomire as Maniacal's getting ready for Draygon. Ossie's heading for a Dark World transition. Again, we know he has to go to D game. Does this put him in a good spot to do that?
Looks like he might be doing something else first. Or not.
Dig game is south of Village of Outcasts, and I think Village of Outcasts is right about here, isn't it?
Yeah, looks like Ossie will probably go there after getting Stumpy here. Just to Red Rupee. So, in a few seconds, Ossie's going to be in go mode.
That's going to be a sub 2 hour go mode by a reasonable margin. And Zephyr, there's your answer. He was sending me to check Meridia Main Street. Alrighty, folks, at right about 1 hour 52:50, Ossie 101 is our first restream runner in go mode. Alright, so Ossie has Desert, Swamp, and then both endgames, and he's done.
Looks like Ossie's going to start with entering Desert from the left side. Much more convenient spot to mirror, too, after the necessary keys are found.
He's probably coming in this way he's probably going to steal a key and take it to the back. Just for my own clarification, that key being on the torch would mean the Desert is boost locked, correct?
I believe so. Alright, what do we have in this next chest? We have the compass. So that big key has to be one of the two that are in the room to the right here.
Alrighty, Maniacal's got his Titansmiths out of the aqueduct.
And there's Ossie's big key, so he'll immediately mirror out and head into the back.
Alrighty, now that we have a go mode, I'm comfortable saying this is Ossie's race to lose at this point.
Yeah. And there's Cross's Ice Rod. Looks like Simo's headed towards the entrance to Lower Norfair.
Alright, Simo will have an easy time doing this because he's got Space Jump and Gravity Suit. STE, you're very welcome.
And Aussie is going to use Fire Rod to fight Lamolus.
Fire Rod and Ice Rod, I believe, both do gold sword damage to the Landmolus.
That sounds right. Yeah. Well, that can really get them dead quickly. And we got our first check of Plasma, which is only 20 rupees.
I would say Plasma is one of the least common checks in the combo randomizer because it's so out of the way. All right. Aussie is heading for, looks like Aussie's heading for Swamp. And then, like I said, once he's got Swamp done, that's his 7th crystal, and he just has both endgames to do.
Yep. And we got Simo going towards the other side of Golden Trezo, farming some super missiles in the room to the right along the way.
And Aussie is going to be, Aussie is also going to be able to go mode Swamp Palace, which means I believe you don't need the big key to get through Swamp Palace, right?
That's right. That and Skullwoods, that's true for.
Okay, so all he needs is enough small keys to open the small doors.
And right, and all of except for that first chest, all of them are none of the others are in chests, so it's a fixed path.
Although it might have been now pointing out that he might need ammo or charge beam to deal with Mother Brain. Because I also do not remember what his ammo situation is.
Yeah, I don't either, but if the ammo situation is anything like maniacals, then that's a good situation. And Simo doing the green gate glitch to get to the right side of Golden Trezo. Cross going towards the Turtle Rock entrance, so we'll see what is required for that.
And chat confirming Aussie has more than 60 super missiles, and Mother Brain takes 60, 300 damage a shot times 60 super missiles to deal her 18,000 damage. Ooh, and Turtle Rock is bombos.
So half vanilla medallion requirements.
Yeah.
Missiles in Checkerboard Cave.
As far as Mother Brain goes, we also need to consider Phase 1, which has 3,000 health. You have to hit at least 18 projectiles to break Mother Brain's glass case all the way, and you can only use ammo. Although nobody has charge beams, so that's kind of a given.
Watch charge beam be in GT. And I see you on phase 2 of Argus,
And
sniping with a silver arrow.
alrighty, and with that, Aussie 101 has all 7 crystals, which means it's time to play the guessing game. There are 22 locations in Ganon's Tower where the big key can be. Get your guesses in now. I'm going with my old standby. 4 always wins.
I'll say 12. And Maniacal now has visited Mama Turtle and retrieved the green boomerang. And that's going to immediately show some usefulness in getting up to the top of the mountain room.
I believe the nickname is Mount Everest. And Simo has wound up boots locked out of desert. Oof. Yeah, he has. I don't think he's been to Meridia at all.
I don't think so either. That is where those boots are, and I believe it was the right sandpit?
Yes.
Simo is going to do Misery Mire. I see in the Turtle Rock Dark World portal.
Looks like Cross is go. Yeah, I guess Cross never checked Magic Bat. So what do we think Ossie's going to do for a strategy? For his Ganon's Tower strategy, I should say.
Well,
Dark Magician is where you check the 2 chests down here, and then check the 2 chests on the right, and then go left, if I recall correctly.
yeah, that's the... I was trying to think of saying that it looks like Aussie is going to do full right first.
Let's see, does Aussie gamble on Tower Room? He doesn't. Remind me, what is Hope Root exactly? I don't think I've heard that. I don't think I've heard that reference.
I see making some good use of Samaria dashes to place those blocks where they need to go to hit the switch there.
Right, so 3, 4, 5, and 6 were busts, so I have lost.
And after grabbing that key, I see mirrors and heads down the left.
Item number 7 on the torch is another small key. You're right there, so might as well grab it just in case you need it on the way up. All right, thank you for correcting me on that, Mind of Me. 8 through 11 here.
Meanwhile, cross product grabbing that fire rod from chess game. Alright, nothing in 8, 9, 10, 11. So Aussie is going to continue onward.
Number 12 will be the fire bar room, I believe. So maybe you'll get lucky.
Nope, that's going to be blueberries. And hitting the crystal switches with some boomerang bounces.
Regular or free-for-all today, Princess Yang. But on Sunday, September 20th, will be a multi-world 2 vs 2 on hard. Our next non-typical is August 31st, 2 weeks from today, which will be a hard spoiler race.
And no big key in the randomizer room either.
So that was 13 through 16, correct?
I think it was 14 to 17. There was the fire snake room.
Oh, right. Sorry, so we have Bob's chest. The ice arm, the post ice armos, and then tile room.
And I see bunking across the invisible platform room. And there's the
There it
key
is.
in Bob's room.
That's number 18.
And as Asi begins climbing Ganon's tower, we have Maniacal in the Landmalis fight, also using the fire rod.
GG Crows, who guessed number 18. Right, so Power Bombs of Shame was just a missile tank. You had mentioned missing that earlier.
Yes, missiles of shame this time.
And the reason those are called Power Bombs of Shame is because in an any percent run, you only pick those up if you've managed your ammo poorly, or if RNG has been unkind to you and you run out of power bombs in that room.
And Maniacal now looking for that big key in the front half of Desert.
Asi into the 4th floor escalating gauntlet. Start off with enemies and conveyors. Then you add a BMOS. Then you add spikes, add another BMOS. And then to top it all off, you add ice, because why not?
And Asi now on the Landmalis refight. Going for the silver arrows.
And Asi has a very, very rapid beep set for his health warning. He's on 1 heart. Okay, he's got a bottle of, he got a blue potion, so he's fine.
And Maniacal, now having those red crystals, is going to check the what's behind the super bomb. I don't believe we've seen that so far.
Asi uses Chain of Samaria strats on the first Wizwo room. Will most likely go for it on the second one as well. Gets it very handily, and no, we have not seen Pyramid Fairy.
That's always so nice to see those Samaria strats in those rooms. And we got Sima.
Yeah, it's just such a clean way to get those rooms finished.
And now we got Simo in the Ridley fight. Getting those
Maniacal gets the
missiles
charge
where
beam
they
out
need
of
to go.
Pyramid Fairy. That charge beam is not going to be necessary with how generous the sea was with super missiles, but I'm sure Maniacal will be grateful for the peace of mind, regardless. Alrighty, Asi into the Moldorm 2 fight, and he's not going to fight it. He's going to try to bomb jump across.
Just got to get that positioning right. There we
Very
are.
well done. I remember the first time I saw him do this in a race on stream. I was commentating alongside Kachiri, but he'd lost his internet connection and had to call it off. My mind was blown when I saw that. Alrighty, trigonometry boss, Agahnim 2.
That's a good lineup. That's a
That was
triple.
an absolutely free triple.
And a double. So only one more hit is going to be needed. And down goes Agahnim too.
3, 2, 1. Holy crap.
A very nice fight. And meanwhile, Cross has done digging game and is now in go mode also.
That's about the 2-minute 10 mark. Alright, Aussie is at Ganon. Since Aussie only has Master Sword, he has to use spins to deal damage. Phase 1 will take 12 spins, or at least 12 spin hits. Position like Ganon is right now, he can double hit. So yeah, 12 for phase 1, 12 for phase 2, 4 for phase 3, and then since he has silvers, he just has to use a spin to make Ganon vulnerable, then shoot 4 silver arrows. Alright, Aussie is into phase 3.
Nessie having to be ready with spins when Ganon decides to stop teleporting. Ganon was nicer on that hit.
Yeah, it's all up to RNG. I think it's set per seed in just the Link to the Past randomizer, but I don't think any of that is set per seed in the combo.
And a nice double hit.
Get the double hit, and get your single G's in chat because we got bacon.
G. And meanwhile, Simo has made it to the exit of Lower Norfair. Cross is in Pod, and Maniacal is on the way to Ridley.
Aussie going to save and quit, and then hard reset to respawn in Super Metroid at the ship. And from there, he's got about 10 minutes left, maybe a little more. How is it that every time I commentate a Hard Logic weekly race, Aussie runs away with it? And yeah, so 140 missiles, 70 supers, he's beyond fine.
And we have Maniacal starting the Ridley fight. And with this combination of beams, Maniacal only needs to land 20 shots.
Indeed, Maniacal has Charge plus Ice Wave and Plasma. That is the most powerful beam combination in the game. That is 900 damage per charge shot.
Even with that, super still have more DPS.
Exactly, yes, because you can... Yeah, since they do double damage to him and you can fire them faster.
Yeah. Down goes Ridley. Meanwhile, Lassie is now beginning the Metroid rooms.
As I mentioned way back around the start of the race, that Ice Beam means he doesn't have to powerbomb them. if Ice Beam had not shown up, the magic number for Power Bombs would be 15. That would be enough to do all 4 Metroid rooms without having to rely on drop luck or backtracking.
And Aussie now completing the 4 Metroid rooms, but there is still the 5th one.
Right, so Aussie does not have Wave Beam, so I don't know whether he'll go for the baby skip. He might just for the swag, but I think without Wave Beam, it's very close to not saving enough time to be worth it.
And Maniacal with a nice speedball out of Ridley's area. And the baby grabs Aussie. And Simo is going to...
It looks like Aussie is facing to the left. That means his stand-up animation will take about 45 extra frames.
Yeah. Now, as for Simo, I know there is a trick involving Wave to get through that room without Speed Booster, but I don't remember the exact details of it. But it looks like Simo has gotten stuck in the middle of that.
Meanwhile, I've seen the trick before. It involves the way I've seen it involves the Wave Beam and firing wave and I believe Spacer or Plasma and firing it up left and off screen in order to I believe it's described as a PLM overload. And might have me saying, yeah, Simo lost his Ridley kill on that since he didn't save on the way out.
Oh my. No, that's not good. Meanwhile, we have Aussie getting the speed zap skip and now defeating Mother Brain 1.
Real quick, can we get Shaq to press F to pay respects for Simo? Alright, Aussie had 57 super missiles, so he'll need at least 9 regular missiles, and then for every super missile he misses, substitute another 3 regular ones. Mother Brain has food-based attacks there, you just saw all of them in rapid succession. French fry bean, chicken nugget, onion rings, and the ketchup. Aussie has enough health to go for the stand-up glitch, so to deal damage to Mother Brain to attack Mother Brain during phase 3. But without charge beam, there's no purpose to it.
Now we got Maniacal going through the East Darkdust Mountain checks. Cross just has defeated Helmsar. And looks like Simo is going to be doing Backdoor Meridia.
Is that really only Cross's third Link to the Past boss, or has the tracker been misbehaving again? Simo getting trolled trying to clip through the alms there.
Yeah.
This is actually the only place in the game where the alms are found. Not sure why.
They're a rather interesting enemy, to be sure. Meanwhile, Maniacal has found the Cane of Samaria.
Alrighty, Aussie going into Mother Brain phase 3. 36,000 health. The Hyper Beam does 1,000 damage a shot, so 36 shots. The ideal is to land 4 shots per jump.
And that's a nice Mother Brain 3 fight.
Very clean.
Yep, all that Aussie has left is escaping from this.
And that will take less than a minute from the time the timer starts counting down. Manages to exit Mother Brain's room before the timer starts ticking.
And aiming down at the beginning of the third room to not run into the tiles at the bottom of the second passage there. There's the end of Torian. And there's the Behemoth Spark. And just this room and the landing site remain. And there, Aussie has finished. Aussie has won this race with an official SRL time of 2 hours, 21 minutes, and 25 seconds. GG.
And that is first place on Restream and first place overall.
And now we have Maniacal with Icebreaker. And Cross Products in Ice Palace as well.
Ridley, we have invited Aussie over in to be interviewed. We'll see if he accepts.
Simo, now having beaten Draygon, is going to head back out. Probably to get more items in Meridia.
And we are now joined by Aussie 101. How is it that every time I commentate or race your restream down, you run away with it?
Couldn't say.
I'm just making a joke. I remember the last race I commentated with when you were restreamed, you also ran away with it.
Yeah, it happens not unregularly. I think most of it's substitution.
My sense of humor aside, GG, this was a very well played seed for you.
Yeah, thanks. It's a good finish time.
Hey, can you turn up the gain on your microphone? I'm having some trouble hearing you. Aussie, are you still there?
Yeah.
Okay, I can hear you better now.
Okay. I didn't find the settings, but I can talk.
Okay. Regardless, as I said, this was a very well played seed for you, so GG. How do you feel?
It felt good. It was a fun seed. Missing the Mire was a little funny. Like I just intentionally skipped the dig game, and then it had the last thing I needed.
Yeah, I've seen how it can happen like that sometimes. So, was there anything in particular about your riding decisions you felt particularly good or particularly bad about?
So good and bad is I liked my my red tower climb at the start, but I got both of the suits, so I was feeling like I missed out by going the wrong direction. Like you could have taken that Meridia to Norfair. Norfair ended up being empty, but the route led me into a wrecked ship, and also got me a screw attack and extra power bombs for Brinloop. I think Brinloop was also empty, except for the sword.
There was not a whole lot in Brinstar. I remember I laughed pretty hard when I saw the full vanilla Billy Mays room.
Yeah, the seed, practically everything was wrecked ship, Meridia, and Village of Outcasts.
Yeah, those two areas were absolutely loaded.
And my route just worked out to put me there.
And my other standard issue question: letter grade scale, how much fun did you have?
I had a lot of fun. Give it an A, because I forgot about the opening. Opening wasn't too good, but I forgot about it once we got deep enough into the scene.
The opening was really slow.
Yeah, it was flute somewhere to Spec Rock, and then Waterfall Ferry and Zora Ledge. But we were late getting to those.
Mm-hmm.
So something that actually happened is the sea went on long enough that I started forgetting where I'd checked, because I ran a Link to the Past open seed directly before this, and so I started getting my checks mixed up with that. But luckily I got go mode before I missed anything.
Yeah, I can sympathize with getting mixed up like that. That happened to me. That happened to me in my personal life a lot. Like I'll think, hey, did I do this? Yeah. No, wait, I did it yesterday, not today. Anything else about the seed that was particularly interesting for you?
I don't know. I guess I could comment that I don't think missing the mirror really hurt me that much.
I would agree with that assessment. You got back to it fairly quickly.
Yeah. It's like my plan was to do Norfair before Mountain anyway, and Mountain had the cane. And other than those two, I was just doing crystal dungeons. So all that missing mirror did was it kept me out of full clearing Swamp Palace.
And honestly, not full clearing Swamp was the blessing in disguise, since you had go mode, since you did hit go mode, so that definitely saved you some time.
Yep. So I think it worked out.
It's always interesting to see how these seeds play out, and as I've said a few times, the fact that these seeds can go on for 2, 3, 4 hours, and yet it's a fairly common occurrence for players to finish it within minutes, if not seconds, of each other, just in general.
Yep. It's funny how that keeps happening.
Wait, I think I've about run out of questions, Ozzy. Do you have anything else you'd like to say about the scene?
I'm just wondering if you saw anywhere where I pulled ahead of the other racers. Like I see that we got 2 hair clears and a moth clear. Any other big routing differences?
I don't think there was any specific location where it really happened. Although Captain MD says that you made the Meridia play first, that probably pulled in your favor. Other than that, I think it was just your routing and your execution.
Okay, that makes sense. Meridia did have boots, and boots are fast. They also had speed booster. All the fast items there.
Indeed.
Oh yeah. So my baby skip. There's if you do a short charge there, like a really short charge in front of the crumble blocks, then you can spark at the right time where the baby detaches right away, and you don't get the cutscene at all. But that's something I just haven't practiced.
Yeah, I think I've seen one or more of the tasks do that trick.
It's used in low percent speed, I guess. But it's something that I'd like to learn to be able to show off. I'm really not any good at it, but I still can try for it.
Well, honestly, considering how good you generally are at the tricky stuff, the showing off, I can't imagine it would be too terribly difficult for you to learn.
Yeah, the hard part is the timing for the short charge is completely different because you're slowed down. That's all there is to learn to it. I also really liked my Moldorm bounce today. It was really fast.
Yeah, I've seen you do the trick a few times. That was definitely, I think that's the fastest one I personally have seen you do.
Yeah, one of my fastest restream bounces, for sure.
Hey, Stumped, do you have any questions for Aussie?
I think you covered everything I would have asked.
Alrighty, that's
GG.
fair. Aussie, do you have any final comments?
Another question in the chat about my blind fight. Yeah, I was trying to do the psychedelic blind. But it looked like blind was... his position was moved by when I was trying it. Because I was off script right away. So that was weird. That's another trick that I don't go for hardly ever. But yeah, thanks for commentary, Bach and Stump.
You're very welcome, Aussie. I've been having a great time. These are always fun for me.
Had a good time too.
I had a good time too. It worked out for everyone.
Thank you from me for the entertainment you provided. I don't have anything else. So unless there's anything else from chat or that you'd like to say, we can let you go.
That's it for me. So bye and good night.
Alrighty, have a good evening, Nasi. Alrighty. Meantime, Maniacal has entered Ganon's tower and will be getting his big key from Bob the Anti-Fairy soon. Cross is finishing up crystal number 6. He has Swamp Palace left. And what is Simo up to?
Yeah, Simo's about to have the King of Samaria.
He is indeed in Super Bunny. Alrighty, Maniacal's got his big key. He's about to start the Ganon's Tower climb. Cross is heading for Desert. Okay, he has Desert and Swamp left. I missed that. But yes, it looks like Cross and Maniacal are both in go mode. No, Maniacal has to be in go mode because he's in Ganon's Tower, but yeah, it looks like Cross is in go mode. And I think Steamo is too, actually.
Yeah, Simo would have just entered Go mode.
Oh,
No.
so Mario was the go mode item. Okay.
Although with 4 items here, looking here for helpful items will make sense.
Right. So unfortunately for Maniacal, he did not get the silvers out of Ice Palace. So we are going to see a Master Sword Silverless Ganon fight. Speaking from the perspective of someone who doesn't really play Link to the Past, I think that's one of the most skill-intensive things that you can have to do in that game. Tonal space music. Yeah, Cross didn't get silvers either, but he did get that third sword out of Wrecked Ship. So he'll have tempered silverless, which is not going to be nearly as bad. Now, the tempered silverless, you only have to use spins on phase 4. Well, more appropriately, on phase 4, you can use slashes too, but there's a particular frame of the teleport animation where Ganon is vulnerable, and the length of a spin animation makes it a lot easier to hit that vulnerable frame than slashes. Do I have that right, everybody?
Pretty much.
Crossfire doing Land Molus 1 at the same time as Maniacal was doing Land Molus 2. Almost synchronized skills. Yeah, Ossie, I know I am aware that you cannot slash with Smasher. I was talking about cross product since he's got temper. Looking like Sino is probably going to have the Master Sword. Okay, Sino has not been to Ice Palace yet. He could still, depending on what he does, he could still find the silvers. But since he's in Go mode, he's probably just gonna Go mode Ice Palace. So unlikely.
And a very nice Lamo fight from Semo. And Cross setting up to enter Swamp Palace. Ready
And
for that.
Yeah, that will be
loading of
Cross's. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, Swamp will be Cross's 7th crystal, and then he'll have Draygon and both endgames. Or did he do Draygon and just the tracker didn't cooperate? I don't remember.
Probably no, because if he beat Draygon, I would think he would have half magic.
Good point. Maniacal actually fights Moldorm too.
And power bombs in the chest that's after that fight. Simo on the way through Misery Mire. About to find that big key, or already have it in a very convenient location. Ooh, Maniacal not getting good Agahnim to spawn locations. And Cross setting up that diver down. Simo in the basement of Misery Mire. And Maniacal finishing the Agahnim 2 fight. About to enter Ganon. And Cross just got out the Argus fight. Now with that tempered sword, the first phase is going to be much easier to deal with than it has been for the other runners. And we got Maniacal starting to deliver all the necessary Master Sword spins to Ganon. 12 are needed to advance to get into the next phase. And then, yeah, we got a whole lot more of the others. Maniacal is going to make some use of the cape to be able to not worry about the fireballs while still getting the spin attacks in.
Meantime, Cross has finished up Swamp. I believe that's what I just saw. And so he should be onto his... He should be getting ready to head to Ganon Tower.
It looks like Cross will be entering the Meridia backdoor first and defeating Draygon.
Alrighty, Maniacal into phase 3. Magic conservation's gonna be a big concern now. Definitely wants to get the torch glitch and probably sacrifice a little time to use the lamp instead of the fire rod to keep the torch lit.
And there's the torch glitch.
The torch glitch functions by relighting the left torch as it goes out before the right one can also go out, and by doing so, the right torch will never go out.
Hopefully Cross will pick up the half magic that's here.
I would be surprised if he doesn't. Precious Missiles is literally a 5-second check. Cross-breaking Draygon's turrets open. Most likely he'll set up for a quick grapple kill like the others have.
And Maniacal working towards those necessary hits.
Okay, Maniacal had a second blue potion, so yeah. All he has to do is play careful and not fall, and he'll be fine.
Yep.
Oh, cross product going for Shine Spark strats. Shine Sparks deal damage to Draygon every frame that you're in him, and that was the first method discovered for getting the blue suit. That functions because when you kill Draygon, you're automatically forced into the standing position. That being because if that didn't happen, killing him with the grapple beam could cause you to soft lock. But when you kill him by Shine Sparking through him and you're forced into the standing position, the variable that controls if Samus has speed echoes is now properly cleared, and that's how you have blue suit.
And there is phase 4 spin number 24 for Maniacal.
Alrighty, some more single G's and chat if you guys would be so kind.
G. And we got Simo much of the way to Ridley now. Cross product going back into Link to the Past via the Meridia portal.
Okay, chat pointing out Simo is sitting on 233 energy and no reserves. That's pretty low, so he needs to be careful.
Oh, on the plus side, that grapple beam is going to make farming much easier.
Indeed. Not only can you zap the enemies with the grapple beam, you can pick up what they drop. It's mostly those little enemies like the bugs coming out of the tubes there that you can kill with grapple beam. Looks like he's actually opting to do it. Looks like he's opting to do it with the screw attack instead, which is also a reasonable. It's reasonably fast, but it's more dependent on your execution. Or maybe I'm wrong. Okay, 50 supers and 85 regular. That's a lot closer on the mother. That's going to be a much closer mother brain fight if he doesn't pick anything else up.
There is still a good amount of leeway for that, though.
Yeah, Simo just has Ice Palace left, and then Ice Palace, finish this and get out, and then the end games.
Now we got Cross entering Ganon's tower. And Cross is going to be at least checking those first two on the right side first.
Alright, Monocle is well equipped for Tori, and we'll see if he can definitely save time with the baby step. The idea is to kind of get the baby orbiting you so it never latches on. Looks like one more jump, and he got it!
Very nice.
Okay, yeah, 36 missiles, 36 supers, 120 regulars. Yeah, he'll be fine. And he has charge beam, so he's double fine.
It looks like Maniacal's just going to, well, or Maniacal is going to do Ice Zep Skip.
The Ice Zep Skip to me is easier than the Speed Skip because I was never able to get down the 3 or 4 taps shine charge that it takes.
That is a very tricky charge.
And I believe you have to do the charge also through a door transition.
Yeah, that is one of the things that makes it so much harder.
Anybody who doesn't know what we're talking about, Samus's speed constantly increases while you have the run button held, but the variable that checks if she has speed echoes only increment on a specific frame of the running animation. So if you tap the run button around that magic frame, you can get the shine charge in a much shorter run by.
And Maniacal's on the catch-up phase. Although, with that beam combination, that's a very short phase. Only 20 shots were needed total, and only the last 4 of them are in that phase. And Cross's next chest is going to be the big key.
Alright. I'm not quite clear on how this works, but Maniacal should have been stuck to the ground after the rainbow beam, but was not. You see there, the game tried to force him into the kneeling position. By being in the air while that happens, you avoid it. And there will be one more spot where the game tries to force you down. It happens, I believe, just as the Metroid is detaching from Mother Brain. And Maniacal can now do damage to Mother Green Phase 3. You can't quite kill her, but the cutscene has to play out, and you can't quite get enough damage to kill her. You can get it far enough that you only need one Hyper Beam shot to finish her off.
And meanwhile, Cross now begins the Ganon Tower climb after appearing to come dangerously close to falling down Bob's room without getting the chest.
Looks like he's kind of frustrated, judging by the slashes.
And Maniacal squeezing in a few more shots of the Metroid dice. And just a few Hyper Beam shots was enough to finish.
Yeah, you need to be very careful. If you have a beam shot on screen when the game actually gives you the Hyper Beam, you will hard lock. Right. In off-stream news, Metroid MST has just forfeited.
And Maniacal entering the last Torian room of the escape. And crossing the middle of the Ganon's Tower Gauntlet, and Simo entering Ice Palace. We'll see whether Simo ends up picking up those silver arrows. And Maniacal sparking up the climb. Crossfighting Landmo 2 with Fire Rod shots.
Yeah, Fire Rod and Ice Rod both do butter sword damage to Landmolus.
And Maniacal is going to finish second with an official SRL time of 2 hours, 52 minutes, and 40 seconds. GG.
That is second overall and second on the restream. We'll see if we can get him in here for an interview as well.
We got Simo about to do Icebreaker. Gotta get that initial position just right.
Is the positioning pixel perfect, or is there leeway?
I think there's just, I think it is pixel perfect where you start that.
Are there any cues you can use to align yourself?
Yeah, there are.
Ozzy saying Icebreaker is sub-pixel. Oh my, that must be really tricky to get.
There are good setups for it.
Alrighty, and that was the chest with the silver arrows. So it looks like Simo will not be getting them. So we are going to have us a second Master Sword Silverless Ganon.
And Crossbar's just a couple rooms away from Agahnim 2. And Simo's going to fight our pink puffball friend. Nicely getting, well, at least for the first couple hits in the corner.
Alrighty, we are joined by Maniacal. GG.
Hey, GG. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I was turning the restream down a little bit so I can hear you better.
Gotcha.
Alrighty, so standard question. In terms of the routing decisions you made throughout the seed, was there anything you felt particularly good or bad about?
I liked staying away from the lower Norfair bait for as long as I did, given the layout of Meridia's items. That was sort of a nasty split for the logic to throw, and I felt good about chasing the flippers rather than rushing alpha peeps. Otherwise, it was sort of a full clear seed, so there wasn't too much choice at the end, really. It was just a matter of whether I push Varia and like Speed Booster at Waterway, I guess, against pushing Nits, which were down logic, and so Nits made more sense to push, and so I guess I felt good about when I got to Dark Death Mountain, but it was still very late. I was very, very late to both Gravity and the Moon Pearl, and I think those things were really harmful.
Ozzy made the red ship play fairly early, if I recall, and he was also the first one into Meridia, and that's definitely what made the difference for him.
Yeah, I mean, if you go to wrecked ship aggressively in this one, which is a defensible call given the loadout, the seed routes very, very cleanly into Meridia and gives you Varia for free as you're going down Red Tower. So that really had me worried. I thought that I was losing to like a 228 or 229, but he got a 221. So I'm wondering where the 7 minutes was, because I felt like I lost about 20 minutes. But yeah, it'll be interesting to watch it back to see what he didn't do.
His execution was absolutely fantastic all the way through. So
yeah, he usually has fairly solid movement in both games, good execution, good knowledge. He's a very solid player, so I'm not surprised.
Okay, and my other standard question, letter grade scale, how much fun do you have?
Yeah, this was like a B- tier seed. It was alright. It was good to get a weekly, and I missed both the ones last week and got to do both of them this week. And so I was happy to do sort of a 1v1 style free-for-all race. It's always good to get to play some hard mode, and this was an interesting seed. It had some interesting textural qualities in terms of where the items were, but it gave you a ton of bait, and that was a little distressing. I did eat all of the bait except for Book. I didn't chase Book. Boots against Mitts didn't seem like a strong call for Book, so I felt like Mitts was the better thing, and I wasn't going to get the Book until after I did at least Ice Palace. I was going to do Ice Palace after Dark Death Mountain to Spike Cave, because Spike Cave was sort of a loose end hanging out.
Spike Cave was never checked, not that I saw, unless I missed you doing it.
No, I never got back to it. I did do Hookshot Cave as a bonus, swinging for silvers, because I felt like it was super marginal, actually. There were a good number of locations outstanding, and there was still like all of Ganon's Tower and Ice Palace and Mire. But I felt like there was value in the play anyway, just because if you hit silvers, you do save that much time. Because I already knew that if I didn't have silvers, I was fluting to the Witch's Hut and buying 3 potions, so I could cut that time as well and calculate that into the value of making plays to swing for silvers. But it didn't work out.
They were in the double freezer room. If there's a name for it, I'm not aware of it.
Wow. Ice Palace leading with 2 items into protecting silvers at double freezers is so rare. That's pretty unreal. I would have done double freezers if I hadn't had 2 items already, but you're favored to find Map Compass key at that point. So it just didn't make sense to make the double freezer play because it was like a 1 in 5 to even be an item. So that was the double freezer skip. That's kind of a sick call, honestly, checking double freezer there.
Yeah, Aussie got them.
Yeah, that's pretty disgusting. I don't know how you make the call to check double freezers there, but I mean, I guess if you hit, you hit, but it's just so low value to even be an item, let alone the item you're looking for. That's pretty disgusting. I approve.
Yeah, it might be saying Aussie wasn't in go mode in Ice Palace, so that's probably why he checked.
Oh, okay. So yeah, if you're not go moding Ice Palace, that makes a ton more sense. Okay, I'm a little less nauseous now. That's actually not bad. I was like, man, that is a gutsy call. You must really want silvers to check double freezers. If assuming you're icebreakering, but I don't know what his loadout was. What was his go mode?
Everybody did icebreaker. I think his go mode was Mire. He was a little late to begin.
Okay. Yeah, I felt pretty good about where Mire popped up, although I'd already done like Mirrorless Pod, which felt bad. There was a lot to not like about this one with how the items broke, but it made for some fun. Like you knew you were in for Master Sword Silverless very, very early, unless you found silvers, which was kind of nice.
And meantime, Cross Product took Blue Suit all the way to Red Ship to get tempered.
Of course he did. That's what Cross Product signed up to do. Where did he get his flash suit? I guess the Brinstar to Criteria elevator.
He tried that a few times and didn't get it. I believe he did the Brinstar Fire Flea toward the missile refill.
Oh, so he used the spikes there to get the spike suit then, instead of using the elevator? Or no, because he wouldn't have had speed. I guess I'm not sure which elevator you're talking about, but it's okay.
He tried at the Brinstar Criteria elevator, but didn't get it there. He got the blue suit from the Brinstar Fire Flea, the one leading to the missile refill.
I'm wondering how you get a flash suit off an elevator. There's not an elevator there.
Wait, no, I think what actually happened was getting a Shine Spark suit off the elevator and turning it into a blue suit using the in the other room.
That's what happened.
Okay.
I just
so he used the green brand elevator then for it. Okay. I was like, because if he had Speed Booster, I don't know why he's doing that.
I just got my wires crossed.
All good. These seeds are long. They take a while, and there's a lot of things going on if you're processing roughly 10 to 12 hours of play across all 4 screens cumulatively. So there's a lot of things to cross.
And like I said when we were interviewing Aussie, the fact that these go for 2, 3, 4 hours, and yet racers commonly finish within minutes, if not seconds of each other, that's so surprising.
Yeah, this one it didn't really happen. This one I was pretty well behind, but I had a very conservative early route that ended up putting me in a situation where I felt like I was priced into making some gambles on some one-offs, and like none of them were hitting, and so I knew I was in kind of a bad situation. but I didn't think it was a 30-minute bad situation. I thought it was more like 20 to 24, but it wasn't good.
The last race I actually commentated, Ozzy ran away with 2 by like 36 minutes.
Yeah, but GG to Ozzy on this one. See if I decide to watch it back. I may not. Not sure yet. Kind of professionally busy, so maybe I'll put it on in the background. But I don't think there's too much else to say about this one on my end. It was fun. Enjoyed playing it. Didn't break great for me, but you know, that's these seeds. Oh, did we see Spring Ball anywhere?
We did not.
Shucks. Did anyone chase Book?
No, they did not. Never didn't see the tablets, didn't see Pet.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's all the questions I got then. But yeah, thank you for having me on the restream. Thank you for the commentary. Thank you for the tracking. And I think I'll get out of the way and let you finish enjoying Cross. And I don't remember who else was on the restream. I apologize.
Simo.
Simo. Okay, cool. Enjoy the rest of their runs. And yeah, take it easy.
You take care too.
GG.
Alrighty, cross product. As we've been doing this, cross product is at Mother Brain, getting ready for phase 3, and Simo is, I believe, almost to the top of Ganon's Tower.
And while the interview was going on, we also had we also had me terrific finish third with the time of 2:58.58, and Landation finished fourth with a time of 3:04.19.
Alrighty, well, we've got a little bit of downtime. I'd like to mention that our slate of races for next week, Sunday 3 p.m. will be a hard logic. Monday 9 p.m. will be normal logic. Then Sunday, August 30th, 3 p.m. normal. Monday, August 31st, 9 p.m. hard spoiler. That is the next 2 weeks or so. I don't think we really need to go any further than that. So, alright, Simo is up to floor 7. He'll be fighting Aga 2 soon as Cross Products Baby Metroid is dead. Alrighty, Simo starts off Aga 2 with a double. And then another double. Let's see, can we get the 3? Ooh, 2-2. Okay, that probably, yeah, that's gonna be 2-2-1-1. Oh, very good fight. Alrighty, Cross Product has finished off Mother Brain. He'll be done in about a minute. As Simo is getting ready for his Master Sword Silverless Cannon. Looks like Cross was going for Blue Bomber and missed it.
Well, I thought you needed Spring Ball to do that.
You may be right. I'm not 100% sure.
And we've got Simo doing some damage to Ganon. Looks like Ganon might be not quite in phase 2 yet, but getting there. Simo equipping the cape to get ready to deal with phase 2.
Ganon is in a good position for Simo to get double hits with the spins. That will hopefully shorten up phase 2 for him a bit. Oh God, Cross is saving the animals. Why would you do that?
Someone has to.
So he blows the wall open and shines sparks right back out.
And Crossfire reaches the ship and will finish in third place on the restream, fifth place overall with an official SRL time of 3 hours, 10 minutes, and 25 seconds. GG.
Alrighty, we've got the invite to Cross Product for an interview.
And Simo has reached phase 4.
Timo playing very careful, like using the lamp instead of the fire rod to keep the torch lit.
Yeah, Simo getting a nice number of hits in.
Alrighty, we are joined by Cross Product. GG.
Hey guys, GG.
So, that was a seed.
Yeah, I might have made some impulsive decisions on that one.
You mean like carrying Blue Suit from Brinstar missile refill to the wrecked ship?
I don't even care, man. The second there wasn't anything in Lower Norfair, I lost that race. That's so disappointing, man. They're not even like a half magic or a sword upgrade or anything. I was just so tilted at that point. I didn't even care anymore.
That's fair. I'm guessing. So first question.
Yeah.
In terms of your rounding decisions, was there anything you felt particularly good or bad about?
I bet no one else got that tempered sword. Like literally nobody.
Nope, everybody else had Master Sword.
Oh man, maybe it would have been nice to find Silver's and Ice Palace, but my big disappointment in that run, I think, as far as routing goes, was I think I was in go mode as soon as I got Mire at Digging Game, and then forgot I didn't actually have to do Turtle Rock, and I probably wasted a good 2 to 4 minutes looking for Bombos. It was just really boneheaded.
Oof.
You could tell I've been more practiced at the Super Metroid side of the rando, huh?
Yeah. Silvers were a double freeze door, so...
Did I go through that room? I did. Okay, I should have checked that. Yeah, I checked the chests in the rooms where I was. There were also some really dumb things, like, again, just not having my heads in the Link to the Past game, not having bombs going into Castle Escape, and then not having enough magic for Cold Stare, and then not having the small key because I forgot to pick it up from underneath the big stone and Ice Pass. Just, you know, I'd rather just play Super Metroid sometime.
I gotcha. Aussie got the silvers, but he also wasn't in go mode during Ice Palace, so...
That's fair. Ice Palace was, it was a pretty good call to go in there, even without... Weird. Fire Rod was in Thieves Town or something, wasn't it?
I think it was chess game.
Yeah, chess game.
Chess game. Yeah, how would he... What was he still looking for?
He was a little late. He was looking for Mire. That was his go mode. He was late to it.
He was late.
Well, I know that sounds weird to say considering he finished almost an hour ago.
Late for Aussie is an hour ago. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, he just sub 2 hour hit go mode.
No, well. Yeah, so there's just a couple of like didn't have bombs when I needed them, didn't have a small key, didn't have magic when I needed it, and then not realizing I was in go mode because I was still looking for bombos because I need to get into Turtle Rock, right? But other than that, I felt pretty good. I definitely did some things I wouldn't have done in a more competitive race, but you know, that's the fun of these weekly races. Is you get to try out different types of routes and strategies.
I gotcha. Second question. Sorry.
Go on.
Yeah, my second question. 100 grade scale, how much fun do you have?
I had a ton of fun. This was really good. I haven't joined a weekly race in a really long time, and this was a really good seed for me to kind of showcase some stuff that most runners probably wouldn't do, like the bootless lava dive, which didn't pay off, and I was really sad about that, but at least I got to show it off. I kind of got it first try, and then somehow was 2 pixels short of the wall when I tried to wall jump, and that really stunk. But you know, I look pretty good doing it. I feel. I have to go back and watch the VOD and see for sure, but I think I look pretty good doing it.
For sure you did.
Thanks.
Alrighty. Back to the race for a sec. Simo is coming to the baby Metroid. I was thinking for a sec he was going to be close on ammo, but no, he's going to be fine. So, Stump, do you have any questions for Cross Product?
You covered everything I would ask.
What's up, Stump? Nice to see you. Guess I'll peace out then. Good luck to Simo for finishing up the run, and thanks for commentating, guys. I'll see everybody around.
You're very welcome. Have a good night.
Have a good night.
Alrighty, while we were doing that, Ikir finished off stream in 6th place with a time of 3 hours, 13:55. And Simo is about 5 minutes from his finish as well.
And Simo getting refilled to be all ready for the Mother Brain fight. Using missiles on the eye door to save supers.
And it looks like he's gonna backtrack and refill his regular missiles now. I don't blame. Yeah, as I believe I heard, he's more comfortable. He's mostly a Zelda runner. His first SMZ3 seed was just last week, so I don't blame him playing super careful, especially considering he is that new to this.
Yeah, that missile and super count that he had before would have been a little bit tight.
And going to take a safety save just in case. Again, not a darn thing wrong with that.
Oh, very nice. That down back ice sub skip.
Now, freezing the Rinkas and destroying them there's a little bit of a glitch there because they won't. Yeah, the spawners won't. If you freeze them and destroy them, the spawners won't respawn them until the freeze timer is run out. I'm not sure why that happens. All right, so if Simo doesn't miss any shots here, he'll finish this with 43 missiles to spare. Being very slow, very careful again. Absolutely nothing wrong with that.
Making sure every super missile hits.
I remember when I was that new in Super Metroid.
Ooh, those onion rings can really combo. And there's the catch-up phase.
And he made it.
And there's that rainbow ring. And with no charge, there isn't really a queen and stand up, so I was just gonna wait for this cutscene to happen. And this would be a good time to make sure that you're all following the runners. This is a nice race that we had tonight. Down goes the baby Metroid, meaning that it is time for Simo to do the third phase of the Mother Brain fight.
Also known as the curb stomp phase.
And that's the end of Mother Brain. Simo getting ready for the escape. That's all that's left. There's the spark for the third room. And Simo's reached the end of Torium. Gets the charge, sparks up the climb. Going to 2 rooms left to reach the end of the ship.
Think he'll save the animals?
I feel like no. Or, well, looks like yes. We got 2 animal saves.
So, 2 for 4, 2 for 4, 2 for 4 on Craig quick kills, and the other 2 save the animals. How about that?
And Simo reaches the ship and will finish in 7th overall for this race with an official SRL time of 3 hours, 25 minutes, and 54 seconds. GG.
And that is also an improvement to their personal best above 27 minutes and 9 seconds. So very much GG.
Yep, very nice. GG.
All right, Simo has agreed to be interviewed, so we'll get him in here. Alrighty, we are joined by Simo. GG. And your mic is muted.
Thanks. I forgot I had muted it last time I was on Discord.
Right. So, GG on your finish. GG on improving your PB. Well done.
I even got to kill Ridley twice.
That was just a heartbreaking moment when you soft locked.
I guess I ran into like a frozen enemy. I don't really know exactly how that the wave beam trick works there. Like I did it one time, so I figured I could just do that to save some time. And then I eventually got stuck there.
If I remember correctly, it has to do with the wave beam destroying blocks off screen, and I believe it's called a PLM overload, I think, but I'm not clear on how it works.
I'll be more careful about it next time.
Yeah, for sure. Anyway, first question I ask everybody. In terms of the routing decisions you made, was there anything you felt particularly good or bad about?
I feel a bit bad about checking out like Desert and Mire when I was in Lower Norfair. Lower Norfair being empty and just Norfair in general being pretty empty. I don't feel bad about that. It's just unfortunate with Meridia being like super stacked. I just kind of feel like I picked the wrong one, but I don't think it was like a bad play.
Yeah, rando happens like that sometimes. Alrighty, and my other standard question, letter grade scale, how much fun did you have?
I mean, I had a lot of fun. I've been having fun learning Super Metroid. Like, I've been playing Link to the Past for a while. And I've been having a lot of fun learning Super Metroid and all the things it can do in it. But I had a lot of fun. Like, the seeds are always long, and I get a bit tired towards the end, but it's enjoyable.
Yeah, Super Metroid can be pushed a lot farther than Link to the Past can. I said this during the race, but Super Metroid glitchless low percent is only 15 items, and 9 or 10 of those are just ammo and health.
Yeah, I know. I've seen some of the pretty impressive low percent runs they have. Like there's the X-ray ice one, which was pretty crazy.
Yeah, there are a lot of variations on the theme for low percent. Yeah, like I said, straight, absolutely no glitches, 15 items.
It's the 14% run. I think it's really impressive. I don't think I'm quite there yet to attempt something like that, but I'll get there eventually.
Yeah, I wouldn't be. Yeah, 14's pretty common. If you add on one extra missile pack, then you can do it. If you do 15 missiles, 10 supers, you can do it with absolutely no glitches. Let me think. Stump, do you have anything you'd like to ask?
Yes,
Uh,
not.
I don't really.
Alrighty, Simo, do you have any final thoughts you'd like to share?
It was pretty fun. I just want to thank you guys for doing the commentary, the tracking, hosting the restream. I really appreciate it. Next time, I'll try to do better and give people a better show. But I'm sure watching people soft lock is entertaining in its own way.
Like I said, rando happens like that sometimes.
Thank you very much, and have yourselves a good night.
You do the same, Simo. Thank you for the show.
Thanks.
Alrighty, with that, all 4 of our restream runners have finished, and I think we're about ready to call it for the evening.
Thanks very much for watching.
Alright, do you have any final comments, Stump?
Yeah. Again, do make sure that you follow the winners. This was such a nice race, and thanks to them and the restreamers, trackers, and my co-commentator for making this happen.
You're very welcome. I had a great time too.
Yeah, I really enjoyed doing this, and I hope you all enjoyed watching, and have a good night or day if that's what time it is for you.
Alrighty, I've been Big Bot, he's been Stump, and we'll see you next mission.
Yep, see you next mission.